to hear about any blockers for MVP launch. And that's it. I see there's a couple issues, but and some PRs, but that's pretty minor. I'll give it to Mount Manu.
Thanks, Mitch. I want to see how can I help moving forward. Like, how has the QA changed? How will it change after the CU or now that the beta is ready? So just trying to get back on track. See how can I help. If I can help with any of the blockers. I don't know if I can help with DevOps, but I'm here to help. No distractions, and I'll pass it to Noggin.
Yeah, so well, intentions just sync up and see how everything's going. And well, distractions, I'm looking for a place to sit down right now, so I'm a bit distracted. But after that, yeah, I'm all in. And I'll pass to Pedro.
Hey guys, my intention today is to understand a little bit better what is the problems that are occurring on the launch of the MVP, and my distractions is that I'm currently trying to fix that. So probably I will be I space out sometimes, and I will pass to Zaptimus.
Hi, this is Mike. Thanks, Pedro. Yeah, my intention is just to sync up to when the link of the official dashboard is ready. Yeah, just sync up. I just started to discuss intentions and discussions for this
call. John S., do you have any intentions or distractions for the call?
I just joined 5 seconds ago, so I didn't know that was towards me. No, I actually just joined the orientation last week, so I was told to sort of point this direction. I'm very interested in the ongoing conversation. No distractions, just here to listen in.
Very cool. So just so you know, this is really a working group call. So we're going to go through the board. We're going to talk about the dashboard and the project that we've all been working on for months. You might get a little bit lost. Sorry about that, John. But it might be interesting. And I don't know if you have a development background, but maybe you'd even want to try to take on an issue or something.
Yeah, let's see where it goes. Thanks a lot.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so the big thing is Pedro's working on it. We can't get the config.tcommons.org website to load, and now we're trying to transfer Netlify to the Netlify that was Fabio's Netlify over to Giveth's Netlify, but there's like a blocker there, and Kai's out for the day, and he's, I think, the only person with access to the Netlify. Maybe Amin has access, so we could ping Amin. Mitch, do you know who else might have access to Netlify? No? Is it only Kai? No idea.
I'm assuming Kai's the gatekeeper for that.
Yeah, usually. So maybe Pedro, do you have contact with Amin?
No.
Let's just see if I'll make a message. I'll make a DM with you, him, and Kai and Fabio, and then we'll see where we go from there. But this is the big blocker. We can't get the website to point to the right thing. So Discord's being so lame. So I will just give me just a minute to make this group. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Oh, looks like Amin has access. So maybe, Pedro, you can coordinate with Amin there, and that might support this issue.
Yeah, no problem.
Great. Okay, cool. Then let's jump into the board. Go through some of these issues. Ah, man, my Discord is being really lame. I'm really sorry, guys. It's like just freezes. Okay. So we have in review QA all the question marks. Looks like Pedro reopened this. So this is just in review. Mitch, are you?
Yeah,
PR.
I just have to merge some conflicts and I just have to take a look again to see if everything is well, but probably I will merge after the meeting.
Okay, cool. We are working on the displaying the common pool amount. Mitch, you made a beautiful little addition there. Just common pool at launch.
So, to be honest, Fabio just revised a PR that I made that solved this issue and other 5 at the same time. Is this fixed config module to PR? So this one is fixed already. I just have to merge.
Cool.
With the design in there?
Yeah.
Damn, fast.
Rock stars. Talking to Amin and Kai. Help! Okay, so that's in the progress. Thank you. I'm sorry to distract you, Pedro, while you're doing that, but
No problem.
okay. So yeah, Amin can change the configs. Okay, let's see. We got fix the import link. So basically, the import link is going using the Netlify thing, but it should use config.tcoms.org so that they get sent to the right thing. That's pretty basic. And I think that's on Vitor to fix. Also, importing params. Vitor knows about this one as well. That there's like, when you have percentages and you're importing, you get like a percentage of the percentage. So that's fun. Make the default initial buy 250K. Looks like you already fixed that, Pedro. So that's cool.
Yeah.
The scenario table and the generated issue is missing the last steps. So this is, looks like Vitor knows about this one. Oh, hey, Marco.
Hey guys.
We're just going through the issues. It feels like the old times with the simulator.
Oh yeah?
Oh yeah. Let's see. So
Let's see.
still using Figma issues. I think Vitor knows that this is also happening. I think he's still working on that. Changing the repo for proposals to something more official. Pedro, do you know anything about that? Is that in the works still?
I don't know anything about that.
Okay.
I had to talk with Peter to see what is he planning on doing.
Okay. Actually, maybe before we go into things, Marco, did you have any intentions or distractions before I just keep rolling through?
Just keep rolling intentions just to catch up, see what's going on, be on the call again. Distractions, just not feeling that great. I have some stomach issues right now. But yeah, other than that, just keep rolling.
Cool. Okay, so yeah, no table data in module 3.
Yeah, this one I'm just waiting Vitor to to fix that on the back end because I'm not receiving the data yet. But after he finishes this, the table is already done. I just have to insert the information there.
Cool. I wanted to add this one. The mix. Where is it? I think it's a back end issue, but the table and the GitHub issue for this same thing is it's always giving 8 days, or at least in many of the issues it's saying 8 days. So like no extension 7 days, with one extension 8 days, with two extensions 10 days. It should be 7, 9, 11. Because the quiet ending extension is 2 days. And I actually would love to hear Mitch's thoughts on this, but I think the table is just really lame. It's like one line. So I just added a couple more simple lines to add in, like time to vote on proposals.
Man, I asked like 4 or 5 different times when we were making this table, like, what other data should we put in there?
Yeah.
I was like, guys, what else? Because like it was like there's only one line that we're showing.
Yeah. Well, you were right. It was, and so it's a little late, but I don't think that it'll be complicated. I don't know, Pedro, tell me if I'm wrong, but will it be very complicated to add a couple of simple calculations to it?
On my side, no. You just have to check with Victor if he can do that on the back end to send me the information. But for me, it's really easy.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I think it'll be easy for him too. I don't think this is too much. Just like go to it, and I outline what the math should be here. So I'll throw this to Vitor. Cool. So where is that? Default. There it is. They're in different repos. Okay, so then we have remove the pie chart completely. Yeah, this won't be too hard, right? Oh yeah, it looks like you already have a pull request open to remove the pie chart.
Yeah, I just removed the button and the component that was showing the chart.
Cool. And we fixed the red X for removing steps.
Yeah, this on a PR that I already opened.
Nice. Adding units to the tooltips. This is
No, I started working on this, but it looks like most of them already have units denominated in them. It was literally just the one that you highlighted that didn't. So I don't know if somebody worked on this already.
No, I think they probably. Well, I thought there was one more that didn't. Let me check.
Well, I just changed it now and I'm submitting it. But everything else, like it has the denominations in the tooltips, at least on develop.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
This one. I think it was just the
Entry and exit tribute, or the tribute.
The price, but I think it's fine. The price is.
What do you mean the price?
Well, the price doesn't have units.
Oh, it says it says current price, the price of TEC token. On mine it does, but I'm undeveloped, so that's why I'm wondering if somebody worked on it.
I think it might want to say in wrapped XDAI or something. It's like the unit.
Yeah, the other
The
unit.
units are wrapped XDAI per TEC or something.
Yep, that's fine.
I think that's it. The rest, I think you're right. The rest all have it. Cool. Where? Oh no, too many tabs. Okay. Table one. Oh yeah. So this is still in the works with Vitor, and just making the table under token thaw much more readable and useful, basically. And transposing the table and underneath the conviction voting app. So this is like, instead of it being scenarios, we call them proposals. And we transpose the table so that in a later step, we can actually add a calculator that will add steps to the table. And before we go product backlog, let's look at the new issues here. We have remove step 0. Yeah, oh, nice, you already fixed it. How did you fix that one, Pedro? Did you end up removing it from all the charts, or did you just fix the line drawing?
So I think that your screen's frozen because I can understand what you're asking right now. What issue you're talking
you're
about?
frozen, Griff. We can still hear you, but you're all frozen. Rage quit.
Sorry about that. I turned off my video and then it just like restarted Discord. This is issue 131, removing step 0 from the ABC graph when looking at the reserve balances.
Let me check here.
It was like, there was like the step 0 when you go to a lower reserve amount, it like does some weird thing on the graph where it starts at step 0 and then it redraws it at the beginning.
Yeah, I was checking that again, and after changing some details on the other changes that I made, I kind of solved that. But we can do more tests to see.
What did you end up doing? Did you remove step 0 from the tables, or did you just fix the graph in a way?
I fixed the graph, and now we are not having that strange line. But if you are not on launch mode, so if your reserve balance is not equal to launch, you will not see step 0 Step 0 will not be able to be, you will not be able to click on step 0 on that steps that you have above the table. The row with the step 0 will be removed too, and it will be the step 0 linear space, and the points of the linear space will be removed from the chart too. So Perfect. If it's not launched, you remove the information about step 0 from every place.
Okay. I think that sounds great. I mean, we'll have the 0 sitting there. It's not perfect, but it's good enough. That's for sure. Cool. So I'll just put that in progress. I think this is. Oh wow, you fixed this one, Pedro. Steps are deleted. The market scenario? Wow. Nice.
Yeah, it's fixed it too. Now you're every step that is not you're just gonna change the first 3 steps, but you're gonna have the other ones that you already added. This was misunderstood. I misunderstood the functionality of this button because I was thinking, whoa, if he changed the first three, probably he doesn't want the others one that he put it there. But he's already fixed it.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool. Wow, amazing. Thank you, Pedro. Let's see. Make changes to the GitHub issue to fix a few tables and some ABC data and meme. Okay, so I would definitely love some feedback on this from Almanu, Mitch, Marco. I went through this and I added a meme to the beginning of the default issue to spice it up and keep it fun. What do you think? Is that okay? Or should we delete the meme?
No, keep it.
Keep it? Okay. Keep the memes. And I haven't tested it. Nugget, you like it? I haven't tested if you can add memes into the text box, like the strategy boxes, but like that when you're in the module. But I bet you can. We just have to figure out how to do it. So hopefully this will inspire people to throw some memes into their strategies, especially their overall strategy. I moved advanced settings modified down to yes, fixed the link. This is all fine. Fix this table so that it has months and years. There is these steps, added a third step. I think that was a catch that you made, Pedro or Nugget, I can't remember, but you made an issue for that. I also added this configuration table for the ABC. Oh, let's see, who's that? Hey, how's it going, Anson? We're just going through issues.
Oh no, I'm just listening. This is rad. Rock on.
Welcome. So I suggested that we add this table, which has like the reserve balance, the supply, and the price. It's basically like the ABC graph, but in table form. So that will be easy to compare people. I think Nugget, we were talking about this last week, and how do you feel about this setup going from 100K to 50 mil?
I'm
Should I-
sorry, I'm not seeing anything. It's like frozen for me.
Oh no.
I can see it, Griff.
Oh good.
But I think right now it's not loading anything. You guys. So can you repeat it, please?
Yeah, it just goes. It's okay. We can probably keep going.
Okay.
And then added the quiet ending extra data there, and transposed the table. Yep, and that's it. So those are the changes. Mitch, Marco, Manu, any feedback on those?
What were you doing with the reserve balance? That table there? Up to 50 million?
Yeah, so this is like, these will actually be numbers. I just didn't
So you're
bother.
like mapping the curve?
Yeah.
Like the relation of the parameters? Okay.
Yeah, so like how many tokens need to be bought to, bring the price to this? Like the real interesting thing will be the price, right? Like what's the price when there's $1 million in the curve? What's the price when there's 100K in the curve?
Up to 50 million. Okay. And then at some point there you move to 500K and okay, it all scales up. Okay. Yeah.
Marco, did you have a thought?
No comments on that. I mean, I haven't seen the previous version of this one, but this makes sense. So
Okay.
no special
Cool.
comments on this. Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. Then we can just keep moving. But yeah, hopefully this is all on Vitor's hands. I'm pretty sure. So just assign to him. Changing the initial by default, I think I'll close this one because I already saw that issue there. And then there are a few other issues here that we decided to just kind of like be lower on the list of to-dos. But there's like here, the tokens needed to pass were 3 million, but there's only 1.5 million tokens, so it should really just say not possible. And I think this is a back end thing. But it's not like, it's a very much an edge case, and I don't think it's going to cause anyone problems. So put it in the product backlog. Changing this text in the ABC looks like it's already fixed, so that's cool. Adding these graphics that are missing, that will just make everything look cooler. It's a little bit lower on the to-do list, but it's got to get done eventually. And then the big one, and this is kind of the big task once we get through all those other issues, is to create and add a step feature for the conviction voting app so that they can simulate a proposal to their conviction voting design. And so they'll have to say like how much money are they with their simulated proposal. Maybe we should say simulated instead of hypothetical, but how much funding is the simulated proposal requesting? And then requested amount. How much wrapped XDAI is being governed by conviction voting? And I figured I'd ask it that way so that they would have the definition for common pool. And then how many TC tokens are actively voting in conviction voting? And the effective supply. That's the effective supply. So they have to say what those three things are, and then that'll just add it to the bottom of the what was the scenario table, but will now be a proposal table. Does that? I mean, it's mostly. I think it's mostly for Vitor to really dive in and understand. But what do you guys think?
Is anybody going to read this?
What do you mean?
You mean the questions?
Yeah.
Well, I would read them, definitely. I mean, before putting in some values, I would definitely read those questions.
All right.
So what you're saying, like, if you scroll above a little bit, so if I click on add a step, you will pop up something and ask me these three questions to put in the parameters. Click submit, and you will generate a new step, right?
Yeah, and then
and you will also generate the results below, like below the graph. I will see something in the table below, right?
Yeah. So
yeah, okay, cool.
This table will be transposed so that the scenarios are all in column 1. It'll be like scenario 1, 2, 3. So it'll look more like this table. 1, 2, 3, 4. You know. And then we'll just like here, instead of adding a step, it will be add a proposal. And there will need to be questions there. But the idea is to try to keep the flow as similar to this as possible, even though there has to be 3 questions instead of 1, you know? But like just so that the user kind of has the same like experience or flow. And then that way when they come here, it's almost helping them use the augmented bonding curve module, and the augmented bonding curve module is kind of helping them use the conviction voting module.
This is the post MVP.
This is the big add feature and hopefully it could get done, you know, before the end of the.
What happened to that like analytics thing that we designed a while ago? I think it was still in the wireframes.
Analytics?
You mean on the last page, like the last page in the whole flow?
It was in
Is that what you're referring to?
We never designed it, but it was in the wireframes, and basically we just took like the the ABC and the conviction voting and put them side by side, and then exactly like what Griff is saying there of like connecting those two together. See if I can find it here.
I mean, that was a dream, man. I really wish we could do that. It'd be so cool to be able to say, like, have a calculator where it's like basically telling you how much it costs to pass a proposal. Like, you'd have to buy this many tokens under this scenario. You'd have to buy this many tokens to pass a proposal that's requesting $5,000. You'd have to spend 20K to pass a proposal for 5K, you know?
Yeah, it was this crazy looking thing.
Do we have something mocked up for this in Figma already? I recall I was working on something like that. No? Or was that? No, it was the summary page actually. Just
Yeah.
we did not do the
It
analytics.
ended
We
up
just did a summary page.
being too big,
Mhm.
so
Yeah.
we kind of just left it to the side. But like,
Mm.
this was the first thing, and this is exactly so. Then like, building on this with what Griff's talking about, and like this is basically what we're trying to connect, right? So those concepts of like the economy, so buying tokens also equals governance, which also equals like funding requests, basically.
Yeah, and so this is the feature that we're talking about in GitHub is like a very simplified version of what we're trying to do, because it'll just tell you in the end, it'll just tell you the tokens. It doesn't let you figure out what the price of the tokens are. So we're not
we
actually.
would have all that data anyway, like based
Yeah.
on the stuff that we built. It's literally just making those links and then displaying the data once it's all aggregated together.
Yeah. So are you thinking that we should try it, or just like more about having it in our mind?
Well, just I spent a lot of time thinking about it, so don't forget about it and then redesign something else. I'd love to, like, I don't know.
Yeah. No, I think because I feel like that would be like the almost like the last module, you know, or like the analytics module where like if we could just add one more module that allows you to really like put the bonding curve to the conviction voting and really understand what you just did, you know, because it's easy for someone who's been playing with it for weeks to be like, okay, 94,000 tokens. Well, a TC token probably is going to cost around, you know, $1 to $5, somewhere in that range. Okay, so that'll be a lot of money to pass $1,000 proposal. Oh yeah, okay, geez, maybe I should lower this, you know? But we don't have that. It's like, we don't have that.
That's fine. Yeah, I mean, this is like probably a couple months down the road, but that's kind of what I was like envisioning in my head. It's like that analytics, and then people who want to go down the rabbit hole can have all the charts and all the data and like start plugging in numbers.
Totally.
And a 27-inch iMac display to see all the charts on one screen.
Only 27 inch? Come on.
Yeah, or bigger or
Get
whatever.
a projector. No.
Yeah.
No. Okay. Cool. Well, I think that's all of the issues. Upgrading DAO voting to have 2 bars was just not feasible given the libraries that we have, and adding a quiz to the learn modules was also taken off the to-do list. But yeah, those are the issues. I wish Vitor could make it today to really like dive into these things, but he said he'll be able to make a lot of progress on it this week. And I think once we get this Netlify issue solved with Amin and Pedro and Fabio, that they're all hacking on it, we can promote the dashboard. I don't feel like any of these issues are so critical that they're blocking us from launching. Unless anyone feels differently.
No, I would say just getting that domain figured out.
Yep. exactly. Until we have a link to send people, we can't.
Yeah.
That's
I
the
want
big
to
block.
shill it.
Yeah, for sure. Oh man, the whole Twitterati is like TEC crew is like chomping at the bit right now. Cool. Well, that's all I have. I don't think that. Oh, were there any other topics of conversation that we wanted to add to the agenda?
Well, I suppose the next thing is kind of following the stuff we were talking about in general magic with like resource allocation post MVP. So this is what this working group's been working on for maybe the last 3 or 4 months. So like as we start to have less and less issues, where are we going to next?
Well, I think Giveth is probably the biggest thing. There's like Giveth and the reward system are the two big.
Right. So within the TEC though, like not including Giveth, like people who are in this working group in the TEC, like where can we start moving resources in parameters to?
Probably the reward system is where it needs the most help.
That's
Christopher's
the answer I was
doing.
looking for.
Yeah. You're just. Oh, I see. You're just shilling your little group, huh?
Yeah, I mean, well, the thing is, it's like, yeah, they're screaming for devs, and so it's like, well, parameters, has them. So,
Which group was that?
That is reward system. There's a channel in the Discord.
Yeah, I guess I can shill. It's a really cool project. Basically, we're taking all the data we learned from the praise debates and the impact hour debates and building an integration between praise, SourceCred, a Twitter bot, and a bunch of other bots that will kind of analyze and quantify all of the work that we can capture. And then we'll have praise for the qualitative work that we can't capture data for. And so trying to build a system where we can iteratively improve our reward system process. Yeah, you want to go into it, Mitch?
Yeah, so there's actually this document here, which probably a few of you have already read. But basically, we outline the whole thing here about having 2 separate streams. So things that can be automatically quantified. So like Griff was saying, like SourceCred, Twitter, GitHub, meeting attendance, stuff like that. And then the manual stuff, which we had always done before. So like praise, basically. So praise in Telegram and praise in Discord. How do we quantify that? How do we keep track of it? And how do we reward people? So like we outline the whole process here, which has like a pool of quantifiers that are selected randomly for like quant duty, I guess you could say. And then they go through each cycle of praise and then they quantify it. And then we take an average out of that and then we send it to like another committee, the reward board, that takes the automated data and the subjective data, reviews it, and then it gets sent out into distribution, which will be done in TEC tokens. And that's proposed to happen bi-weekly. And we're hoping to finish this product in the next month and a half, I think, to coincide with the Commons upgrade. So, like, there's a couple people, like Nuggins in there, I know, and Christopher, Rudolph, like, they're all working on it. ViViV is doing a lot of the bot work, but, like, the back-end development and eventually designing the front end is going to need a bit of developer work. And maybe design work, I don't know.
Okay.
Yep. But we have a sync, I think, every Thursday for rewards. Yeah. 8 p.m. Costa Rica, or 8 a.m. Costa Rica. So, like, yeah.
4 p.m. Europe time.
So, yeah, that's the gist of it, basically. But it's like a pretty short timeline. It's not a huge... I don't think it's a huge tool, like nowhere near the scope of like what we just have been working on here, but it's like pretty important, I think, because it's like this weird limbo we're sort of in with praise, and So it'd be cool to have a system that we can at least try and fine tune.
It's super cool. You know, a lot of people are doing a lot of work, and it's hard to capture the value that's being produced by random people coming through. And that's what this system can hopefully do, and actually allow the people who create value to be rewarded for that creation, besides just the classic like salaries or hourly work, you know? But yeah, actually, one thing, since we have Marco here, Mitch, do you guys feel like, would you be down to, sorry to change the subject abruptly, but would you be down to design a picture for that CV, add a proposal tool?
You mean like a mock-up for these 3 questions?
Yeah, and I assume it'll be one page, but I could be like, yeah.
No, like what you were explaining that am I on mute? No, I'm not.
No.
No. Okay. Well, were you explaining that, I was envisioning actually when someone clicks add a proposal, to just swap this model with this with these 3 questions and input fields that we already have as components. I could quickly mock it up, but I assume like who's working Vitor on the front end? No, Pedro is working on the front. Pedro is working on the front end. He could basically do that as well, but I'm just gonna prepare that quickly in Figma. And yeah, so basically just swap the current model with the new one. Probably gonna have a back button above or something, or cancel. Yeah, that's it. I can do that.
Ah, sweet. Yeah, well, it's issue 46 in the config front end, or no, actually, it's in config back end. I'll just send you the link.
Yeah, please do. Thanks.
So it's easy. Cool. Well, so, you know, if you get bored with these param stuff, if it's done, you know, reward systems is the next best thing in the world. Right, Mitch? Right. The best thing ever. And I think we can, unless anyone has any suggestions of things to discuss, I think we can end early. Well, I guess, Manu, you had said you want to know what user testing is about. I don't think we need any more user testing. I feel like we've reached the point where it's just time to design. But if anyone, so I think just designing your own economy for $1.5 million and where we're going to throw it is probably like, you know, the best use of our user testing time, like testing in prod at this point. But did you have any other thoughts, Manu?
Yeah, I'm talking with my team about doing some, like I said, some visual aid for the learning module, or maybe turning into a short video to explain. So it's a different type. It's not testing, but it's like user education or evangelization, or just yeah. So I think I can help with that. You know, trying to create more resources to aid the learning module and expand, or actually let our people into our knowledge base and see what the dashboard is going to be about. So we'll take a look at that and open some issues. If you guys have any thoughts on something more concrete that I can do, like a specific role, I'm open. Yeah.
Well, you can always host param parties.
Yeah.
Go to a few and get the hang of it. And then, you know, we also can start evangelizing param parties in other discords even. So if you want to like set up some param parties to be in with other groups and see if they're, you know, that might be cool. Other larger discords or aligned discords, could be fun.
Yeah, I'll get myself more familiarized with the current iterations, and I'll host a param party for sure next week.
Cool.
All right. Well, yeah.
Are there any other topics? I think that's it, right? Okay, then let's give ourselves an extra 11 minutes before the next one, huh?